The students who have not got the invitation to join the classroom are so still I found some students who have not yet joined the classroom, and they are entering from outside the classroom. So let me get updated about your email IDs if you have not received, if some students have not received the invitation for the Google Classroom, as well as invitation for all the lectures link which we conduct. So one of the student, Rashendra Gorivle, you have not received the classroom link invitation yet. Just give me the update about your admission and your, if you have updated your email ID. And is there any other student who have not received the classroom link or lecture link? So there is no response from Rashendra yet, as he has joined the joined the meeting now. Is there any other student? So all have received the classroom link, as well as all the days I send the lecture link to you all, that is received by you all. Okay. So Rashendra, you need to reply or you need to update me about you, so that accordingly I'll make arrangement for you as well. Unmute and speak, please. What is your current situation? Have you received the classroom invitation link or not? Lecture link or not? Are you a new admission?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, I received the classroom link also and invitation link also.
So why you have entered? Have you entered from some other email ID?
No, ma'am.
So you are receiving every day. What's your roll
Yes,
number?
ma'am. 2159.
Okay. Okay, I'll check it. Okay, thank you. So let's start with the lecture now. Yesterday, we have discussed the orthogonality of matrices and rank of a matrix as well. So, orthogonality of matrices is having the condition A multiplied by A transpose is equal to identity matrix. Hello, am I audible, students? There was a sudden loss of connection from my end. Okay, let's continue. So, we were going through the topic which we have covered in the last lecture yesterday, orthogonality and rank of a matrix. And orthogonality, we have solved two examples, and then we defined rank of a matrix and discussed one of the example based on rank of a matrix. We are going to continue with the more discussion on rank of a matrix only, because yesterday only one example we have taken. That's not sufficient for it. We have to understand it in detail. So let's continue with the topic, rank of a matrix. So here is the necessary condition that we have for orthogonal matrices. A multiplied by A transpose is equal to identity matrix. Then that matrix is known as orthogonal matrix. So the example on orthogonal, a matrix which is orthogonal and a matrix which is not orthogonal, we have gone through. Then we have had a discussion on the necessary condition for multiplication of matrices as well. That is about its order. Then that which of the, first we will observe the order, and accordingly we will decide whether their multiplication exists or not, and then we complete its multiplication. So these were the two examples, and then we will see rank of a matrix. So let's go through the definition again, as we are going to use this definition to solve the example only. First condition to have to get the rank of a matrix is that there should be at least one minor of order r. This r will be the number which is going to represent rank of a matrix. So that order of minor we are going to select accordingly from the matrix. There should be at least one minor of order r of the matrix A, which is a non-zero value. Then the second condition is every minor of order greater than r is zero. That means if r we are representing as a rank of a matrix, if we take any minor of from the matrix whose order is greater than r, then its minor value, that means its determinant value is zero, then we get to know that it is not, it is its rank is r, whichever order we have taken greater than r. So one number less than it is going to be its order. Okay, that these two condition we are going to see uh, in different manner from the examples only. Here I have written one of the example. I think we have discussed this example by taking the minors and calculating the value of minors, and accordingly we decided about its rank. So suppose we are asked to calculate the rank of a matrix for the given matrix A. Here is the matrix A. We are going to write few minors of it. Now, what are minors? That I already explained. Is there any doubt to a student? What are minors from the matrix? Because we have had sufficient discussion on a minor of matrix only. And here, to get the value of rank of a matrix, it is very important for us to understand about how to select the minor from a given matrix. So I repeat, a minor is just a sub matrix from a matrix with equal number of rows and columns from the matrices. Okay, for example, select any row or a part of a row of order R, for example. So that if you are selecting two elements from a row, then you have to select two elements from the column, which from the row element as in the column wise. So I mean to say, I'll show it in the example of matrix which I have written here. Suppose I am selecting these two elements row wise from this matrix. That means already I told you all, a minor is a sub matrix. That means I can select any row from it, or any part of row from it, any segment of row from it. And if I have selected these segments from first row, then I have to select column of this number only. That means I have selected two elements from first row, so I have to select accordingly two columns, so that it will make same number of row and column by following the arrangements which is already given in the matrix. Have you got my point? So that's how we take any minor from the matrices. Okay. So here I have written few minors. You can see here the whole determinant of the matrices is also a minor. It's, if we find its determinant, is going to be one of the minor of it. So it is having three rows and three columns, so its order is 3. It is a minor of order 3. Similarly, I have written few minors of order 2 as well. There is obviously more than one minor of order 2. There will be only one minor of order 3, because the order of the matrix itself is 3 cross 3. So of order 3, only one minor exists for this matrix. Okay, then obviously there will be more than one minor of order 2. So few minors of order 2 I have written and shown here. From the matrix only, these are the minors of order 2. Okay, so we have now calculated to find the values of such determinants. So first we have calculated the minor of order 3. See this is a minor of order 3 calculation. We have got its value 19, which is obviously a non-zero value. So there is only one minor of order 3, and its value we have calculated. Now we are proceeding with the calculation of minor of order 2. So few minors of order 2 we will calculate. Let's say we will calculate it this value. Okay, so the another value which we have calculated is this, any minor value of order 2. So this is going to be 4 minus 0. So this is again a non-zero value. See this value, this will be 0 minus 8. Minus 8 is again a non-zero value. So see here I have calculated a2 and a3, that is 4 which is non-zero, then minus 8 which is non-zero. So we are getting the value of minor to a non-zero value as well. We are getting a minor of order 3, a non-zero value. So among this, the greater value, a greater order of minor is 3. Among these two, for minor of order 2 also we are getting the non-zero value, and for minor of order 3 as well we are getting a non-zero value. So among these, which is the greater value? That is a minor of order 3. Order 3 is greater from order 2, so that is going to be a rank of the matrix. Okay, so here the first situation from the definition is satisfied. Okay, there exists at least one minor. It is said that there exists at least one minor of order R of matrix which is a non-zero. if what will happen if we get the value of minor as 0? So that is mentioned in the point number 2 from the definition of rank of matrix, that every minor of order greater than r is 0. That means if our r is 2 and if we are finding the value of minor of order 3 and its value is 0, then its rank will going to be a then its rank will be 2. Okay, so this, so here for this example, by applying the first situation of definition only, we got rank of matrix, because the greatest order minor is 3, and for that we got a non-zero value, that is going to be a rank of a matrix. Is this idea of finding rank clear to you all? Let's take one more example and get to know more about it. Okay, let's take another example and find its rank. Just a minute, I am making a space for writing the things one by one as we are covering the topic. Okay, so let's take another example of a matrix and solve for its rank. So this is the matrix A. We have to find rank of A. Okay, so applying the definition of rank of a matrix only, what are we going to do is, firstly we are going to write minors of order 3, minors of order 2, or minors of order 1. So here let's write few minors starting from the minor of order 3. So minor of order 3 will be the determinant of the entire matrix only. Let's write it. And except this minor, there will be no other minor in this matrix of order 3, because the order of a matrix is 3 cross 3 only. So this will be the only minor of order 3, that is the determinant of the entire matrix. Let's calculate its value. 2 into minus 1 minus 2 minus 3, so plus 3. Then the middle term has the negative sign, so minus 1 multiplied by 1 into minus 1 minus 0, 3 into 0. Then we will have positive sign for the last term, 2. So 1 into minus 1 is minus 1, and minus 0 we will be having. Calculate this value. 3 minus 2 is 1. Then minus 1 will be plus 1. and here we will have 2 into minus 1 is minus 2. So see here, we are going to get 0 for this. So that means minor of order 3 has a value 0. It's non-zero. It is not non-zero. It's a 0 value. Okay. So now what we are going to do is we are going to calculate few values of minors of order 2. Let's write few minors of order 2. Let's name them as A2. So how to write minor of order 2? Take such segments from the matrices. We can take such segments, any minor of order 2. These are the segments we can take for any minor of order 2. So I am taking a few minors of order 2 here and writing them. Let's calculate its value. It's a non-zero value. So we have got at least one in the definition. It is said that at least one minor. So we have calculated at least one. So we from here only we can conclude about rank, that one minor we have calculated that was of order 3, and one minor we have calculated that is of order 2. So there is one minor of order 2 which has a non-zero value, isn't it? Now just read the definition of rank of a matrix again. You will be able to conclude about rank of a matrix efficiently now. The first situation says there exists at least one minor of order r. That means here of order 2 we have taken, and that is a non-zero value. And now the second situation also gets satisfied here, because of order 3 we have got the value 0. That means every minor of order greater than r, here we have taken r is 2 if, and 3 is obviously a greater value than 2, and it is having a 0 value for its minor. That means here the rank will be, for this example, rank of a matrix will be 2. Are you getting my point? Because for r is equal to 3, when we took order 3, here we have taken r is equal to 3. This is the situation when r is equal to 2. For 3 we get 0 value, and for of order 2 we get non-zero value. So we have to consider a minor order of minor which is going to give us a non-zero value. That's why here rank is 2. Rank of the given matrix, which is of order 3 cross 3, is 2. Am I clear? Followed everyone? How to find rank of a matrix using minors of matrix. Okay. So now we will note few noting points, few results, few standard results for rank of a matrix. And here if we mention the reason, that will be that is from the definition, that will be more specification to our conclusion of rank is equal to 2. Here we can write, thus minor of order 3 is 0, and at least one minor of order 2 is non-zero. Therefore, rank is equal to 2. Hence, and rank of a matrix A, this is the representation. Capital R in the open bracket A, matrix A, is equal to 2. Rank of a matrix A is 2. So let's proceed and note the standard results of rank of a matrix. Rank of a null matrix is always 0. Is always 0, क्योंकि नल मैट्रिक्स के सारे एलिमेंट्स 0 होते हैं, तो ऑब्वियसली उसका रैंक हम लोग माइनर ऑफ ऑर्डर कितना भी ढूंढे तो 0 ही मिलने वाला है. सो दिस इज द स्टैंडर्ड पॉइंट फॉर अ नल मैट्रिक्स. Rank of any non-zero matrix is always greater than or equal to 1. It will never be 0. It will always be greater than or equal to 1. So that means if we have any non-zero matrix, then its rank would be at least 1. If rank is 0, 0 is the rank only for null matrix. Other than null matrix, excuse me, other than null matrix, rank will be at least 1 or greater than 1. So it will be always greater than or equal to 1. Next point is, if A is any m cross n non-zero matrix, if A is any non-zero matrix of order m cross n, that means it is going to have m number of rows and n number of columns, then rank of matrix A is equal to R. That is the grade. Here small r is representing the non-zero order of minor, which will be a non-zero value from the matrix A. Then rank of transpose of matrix is always equal to rank of A. So here we make another point. Rank of A transpose is always equal to rank of A. That means if rank of any matrix is 2, then if we take transpose of that particular matrix, its rank is going to be the same only, 2 only. Rank of product of two matrices. Rank of product of two matrices cannot exceed the rank of both of the matrices. It cannot exceed the rank of both the matrices. So suppose, let me elaborate this standard result. Suppose A and B are the two different matrices, and if we have taken product of its matrix and we have got the another matrix as a result of their multiplication, then rank of that multiplication matrix will never exceed rank of both the matrices. For example, suppose there is a matrix A of order 2 cross 3 and its rank is 2. Okay, and there is a matrix B of order 3 cross 3 and its rank is 3. So and if we have taken multiplication of both the matrices A into B, and suppose as a result the matrix which we are getting is a matrix C, so its rank will never exceed the rank of both the matrices. Okay, that means it will not exceed the value 3. Let's write the another result. Rank of any matrix remains unchanged by elementary transformation on the matrices. So suppose there is a matrix and we performed few elementary transformations on it, so its rank will be unchanged. That means let me elaborate it by writing the point first. So what did I say? Rank of a matrix remains unchanged by elementary transformation. So if we perform any elementary transformation on matrix, its rank is not going to be changed. Okay, if its rank is 2, by after few elementary transformation as well, its rank is going to be the same only. It is not going to change if we perform a row transformation or a column transformation on it. Okay, so these are the few standard statements for rank of a matrix. Now let us proceed and see another matrix, which is an equivalent matrix. Now, what are equivalent matrix? We will see it first. We will define it, and then we will see few examples on it. Equivalent matrix. From the word equivalent only, we will get the idea that two matrices are going to look the same, or they are going to be equivalent. That means they are going to be equal by their elements. Okay, by the arrangement of their elements. So let's write its definition first. Two matrices are said to be equivalent. Two matrices A and B are said to be equivalent if one can be obtained from the other by the sequence of by some sequence of elementary transformation that means suppose I have I have two matrices and I have to check whether they are equivalent or not. So one of the matrix among those two matrices can be obtained from the other if we perform few elementary transformation on it. Okay, let's take an example of the matrix and let's check whether they are equivalent or not. Okay, so let's see the example and let's connect this equivalent matrix with the concept of rank of a matrix as well. So as we know much about rank of a matrix, so what we can say is two equivalent matrices have the same order and same rank. It is denoted by like this. If we say matrix A is equivalent to matrix B, it is denoted like this. Matrix A is equivalent to B. So next example we will discuss. Determine rank of the following matrices rank of the following matrix A, and the given matrix is let me write the matrix. So here we are going to apply the concept of equivalent matrix and see the rank of matrix. Okay, we have the point that two equivalent matrices have same order and same rank, and equivalent matrix is obtained by performing some sequence of elementary transformation on it. So first what we are going to do is, and we know the point that even if we perform elementary transformation on the matrix, its rank is not going to be going to change. Okay, it is going to remain the same only. So first let's get the equivalent matrix of matrix A, okay, by performing few row transformation on it. So row transformation, whenever we perform, our idea of performing row transformation is to make more and more elements zero. Okay, so that our matrix will be reduced and its calculation will be simpler. Okay, so as we know that by performing elementary transformation on the matrix, its rank is not going to change, and it if we perform few elementary transformation on it, we are going to get the equivalent matrix for the given matrix. Okay, so both the thing we are going to use and apply over here and get the value of rank. So first what are we going to do is, we can see that this element is 1. So what we are going to do is, the element which are present below that element 1, we are going to make them 0. So for row number 2 and for row number 3, we will write the row transformation operation. So for R2, I can write R2 minus R1. because the element in R2 is 1 only and the element in R1 is 1. So R2 minus R1 I'll perform for R2, and for R3 I can perform R3 minus 2R1. किसी को ये डाउट है कि यही रो ऑपरेशन क्यों परफॉर्म किया हम लोग ने, या दूसरा कुछ इक्वेशन फ्रेम क्यों नहीं किया, ये वाला ही क्यों किया? अगर ऐसा डाउट आपके मन में रेज हो रहा है तो दैट मीन्स आपका ये रो ऑपरेशन वाला आइडिया क्लियर नहीं है. सो इमीडिएटली यू हैव टू आस्क, क्योंकि ये मैट्रिक्स का ये बेसिक है जो कहीं पे भी हम लोग को यूज में आ सकता है. जब भी हम लोग मैट्रिक्स से कुछ कैलकुलेशन परफॉर्म करते हैं, ये जो रो ऑपरेशन फ्रेम करना और यही रो ऑपरेशन क्यों आया इसका मतलब समझ में आना is very very important. Okay, so if there is any student who has not got how to frame a row operation, why do we write such row equations for the matrix, अगर ऐसा कुछ डाउट है तो आपको पूछना चाहिए. ओके, डू नॉट हेजिटेट टू आस्क इट. Okay, so hopefully everybody got why I have written this row operation. So let's proceed and write the new updated matrix. So there will be no change in first row. Then R2 minus R1 if we perform, here I get 1 minus 1 0, 4 minus 2 2, and 2 minus 3 is minus 1. Then here I'll perform to R3. We are going to perform R3 minus 2R1. So 2 minus 2 will be 0. 6 minus 4 is 2. Then 5 minus 6 is minus 1. So after performing here a single row operation, what we can observe is here the two rows are identical, isn't it? Can you see? Row 2 and row 3 are identical. That means they have exactly same arrangement of element in it. Can you see that? तो यहाँ पर एक रो ऑपरेशन परफॉर्म करने के बाद ही हम लोग यहाँ पे रैंक के बारे में कुछ कंक्लूड कर सकते हैं. जस्ट सी द नेक्स्ट पॉइंट दैट आई एम गोइंग टू एक्सप्लेन यू ऑल हियर. इफ वी हैव गॉट टू रोज एज आइडेंटिकल, दैट मीन्स जब हम लोग इसका माइनर लेने की कोशिश करेंगे, अगर दो रोज आइडेंटिकल है किसी भी मैट्रिक्स में, दैट दो रोज या फिर दो कॉलम्स किसी भी मैट्रिक्स में अगर आइडेंटिकल है, तो उसके बारे में हम लोग ये बोल सकते हैं कि अगर मैंने ये वाला माइनर लिया, फॉर एग्जाम्पल सपोज ये माइनर लिया, तो ऑब्वियसली मुझे 0 मिलेगा, इजंट इट? क्योंकि वो दो रोज आइडेंटिकल है और वो दो रोज से बना हुआ माइनर मैंने लिया हुआ है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर मैंने ये वाला माइनर लिया तो फिर भी मुझे 0 मिलेगा, क्योंकि रो के एलिमेंट्स ही आइडेंटिकल है. इसलिए इसके बारे में हम लोग कंक्लूड कर सकते हैं दैट हियर टू रोज आर आइडेंटिकल एंड हेंस थर्ड ऑर्डर माइनर ऑफ द गिवन मैट्रिक्स विल वैनिश. दैट मीन्स अगर हम लोग ने इसका जो थर्ड ऑर्डर वाला, दैट मीन्स r इज इक्वल टू 3 लेके माइनर लिया, तो वो तो खत्म ही हो जाएगा. सिर्फ जो दूसरे माइनर ऑफ ऑर्डर 2 होंगे उनमें से कुछ की वैल्यू विल बी अ नॉन जीरो वैल्यू. तो इसका हम लोग जो थर्ड ऑर्डर वाला माइनर है वो लेंगे ही नहीं, क्योंकि वो 0 ही मिलने वाले हैं. ओके, और माइनर ऑफ ऑर्डर 2 का अगर मैं दूसरे कुछ सब मैट्रिक्स का एग्जाम्पल दूं, या फिर ये दोनों और ये दोनों का एग्जाम्पल दूं, तो उसमें से एटलीस्ट वन माइनर आई विल गेट एज नॉन जीरो वैल्यू, इजंट इट? जैसे कि मैं सपोज ये वाला माइनर ले लिया 1 0 3 एंड माइनस 1. सो ऑब्वियसली मुझे 0 नहीं मिल रहा है, मुझे एक नॉन जीरो वैल्यू मिल रहा है. सो यहाँ पे एटलीस्ट वन माइनर of order 2 I will get as a non-zero value. So let's write it as well. So if let's take r is equal to 2 और कोई भी एक सारे नहीं लेना है आपको, कोई भी एक लेकर बताना है कि एटलीस्ट वन ऑफ द माइनर ऑफ ऑर्डर 2 is non-zero here. जबकि माइनर ऑफ ऑर्डर 3 यहाँ पे मैं लूंगी जो एक ही होगा और उसका वैल्यू 0 होने वाला है. ओके, so it is going to give me -1, which is obviously a non-zero value. So here we can write a statement and conclude about it that so what I can write here is, here two rows after an elementary transformation on given matrix A are identical. Okay, hence third order minor, that means minor of order 3, is 0. And here we at least one minor of order 2 has a non-zero value, or we can write is non-zero. Therefore, we can write that rank of a matrix A is equal to 2. Why 2? Have you got the idea why rank of a matrix is 2 here and why not 3? तो यहाँ पे हम लोग ने एलिमेंट्री ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन का यूज करके और एलिमेंट्री ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन अप्लाई करने के बाद उसका रैंक चेंज नहीं होता है, ये वाला रिजल्ट यूज करके, और एलिमेंट्री रो ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन परफॉर्म करने के बाद वो मैट्रिक्स को इक्विवेलेंट टू दैट मैट्रिक्स बोल सकते हैं. ये सारे आइडियाज यूज करके, ये सारे पॉइंट्स यूज करके यहाँ पे रैंक ऑफ अ मैट्रिक्स 2 हम लोग ने कंक्लूड किया. ओके, सो होपफुली दिस इज क्लियर टू यू ऑल. इसमें अगर आपको कोई भी डाउट होगा तो आप पूछ सकते हो, या फिर किसी भी स्टेप पे आपको कुछ कंफ्यूजन है, कोई पॉइंट आपके लिए क्लियर नहीं है, तो आप पूछ सकते हो विदाउट एनी हेजिटेशन. And for today, now we are going to stop. You have to give your attendance by writing your roll numbers in the comment section, and once you write it, you can leave. Okay, so all of you write your roll numbers in the comment box.